You're sitting there doing the mental math, rent, groceries, that subscription you forgot to cancel, and somewhere in the back of your head, a quiet voice whispers, "Am I actually doing okay? Not great, not rich, but okay." And the frustrating part is you genuinely don't know. Nobody handed you a report card. Nobody told you where you actually stand. My name is Scott, and I spend way too much time thinking about the gap between how people feel about their finances and how they're actually doing. If you're someone who suspects you might be managing your money better than you give yourself credit for, but you need the actual numbers to confirm it, hit subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, because what I'm about to show you is going to genuinely surprise you. Here's the thing. Most people walk around with a completely distorted picture of where they stand financially, and I don't mean that as an insult. I mean that as a structural problem. We compare ourselves to the wrong people. We scroll through curated highlight reels of other people's money, and we've been conditioned to believe that unless we're buying vacation homes and driving luxury cars, we're behind. So today, I'm going to give you 3 specific, concrete, data-backed signs that you are actually way above average with money. And I promise, at least one of these is going to make you stop and say, "Wait, really?" Let's start with sign number 1. You have more than $1,000 sitting in a savings account right now. I know that sounds almost insultingly simple. You're probably thinking, "Scott, that's it? $1,000? That's the bar?" And here's what most people don't realize. Yes, that is genuinely the bar for a massive portion of the population. According to a 2023 Bankrate survey, nearly 57% of Americans cannot cover an unexpected $1,000 expense from their savings, more than half. That means if their water heater breaks, if their car needs new brakes, if they get an unexpected medical bill, they're putting it on a credit card, calling a family member, or just hoping it works itself out. That's not a fringe statistic. That's the majority. Now look, I'm not telling you this to make you feel smug. I'm telling you this because the psychological weight of not having that buffer is crushing. Financial anxiety doesn't just live in your bank account. It lives in your body. It affects how you sleep, how you make decisions, how much risk you're willing to take in your career. The people who are one unexpected expense away from financial chaos are operating under a constant low-grade stress that you, if you have that cushion, are not experiencing. That is worth something. That is actually worth a lot. And here's where it gets interesting. The research on financial stress shows that the relief of having savings isn't linear. Going from $0 to $1,000 in savings reduces financial anxiety dramatically. Far more than going from $10,000 to $50,000. That first buffer is psychologically enormous. So if you have it, recognize that you have crossed a threshold that the majority of people haven't. Sign number 2. You are not carrying credit card debt from month to month. This one is going to sting for some people watching, and that's okay. Stay with me, because there's an action step at the end. But if you are someone who pays off your full credit card balance every single month, you are in the minority. The Federal Reserve reports that as of 2024, American households collectively carry over $1.1 trillion in credit card debt. The average household carrying a balance owes somewhere around $6,500, and they're paying an average interest rate of over 21%. Do that math for a second. 21% on $6,500. That's over $100 a month just in interest. Money that is producing absolutely nothing. Money that is going straight into a bank's pocket. Here's the metaphor I always use for this. Carrying high-interest credit card debt is like trying to fill a bathtub with the drain open. You can be doing everything else right. Budgeting, saving, investing. But if you've got a 21% interest drain open at the bottom, the progress you make is constantly being eaten alive. Now you might be thinking, "But Scott, I have some credit card debt. Does that mean I'm automatically below average?" Not necessarily. The distinction I'm drawing here is between people who carry a balance and people who have a plan to eliminate it within the next 6 to 12 months and are actively executing that plan. Intentional debt with a payoff timeline is categorically different from debt that just rolls over month after month with no end in sight. If you have a real plan and you're working it, you still get partial credit here. But if you're someone who doesn't carry a balance at all, who actually uses the credit card as a tool and pays it off completely, You are leveraging an instrument that the majority of people are being bled by. That is a real, measurable advantage. Sign number 3. You are investing something, even if it's a small amount, every single month. Not a lot, not perfectly. Not in the optimal allocation with the perfect expense ratio. Just consistently, every month, something goes into a retirement account or a brokerage account or a 401k. If that describes you, I need you to understand how rare that actually is. According to the Federal Reserve's Survey of Consumer Finances, roughly 54% of American families have any retirement savings at all. That means 46% of families, nearly half, have nothing saved for retirement. 0. And among the people who do have retirement savings, the median balance for people in their late 30s is around $45,000. The median. Half of people in their late 30s have less than that. Here's what most people don't realize about consistent investing. It's not actually about the amount, especially at the beginning. It's about the habit and the time. Someone who invests $200 a month starting at 25 will, at a historically average 7% annual return, end up with roughly $525,000 by age 65. Someone who invests $500 a month starting at 35 ends up with about $567,000. Roughly the same outcome, but the second person invested 2.5 times more money to get there. That 10-year head start at a lower amount almost completely closes the gap. The consistency is the asset. The time is the asset. So if you are someone who is investing regularly, even a small amount, even imperfectly, you are building something that compound interest is quietly, invisibly multiplying in the background every single day. And most people are not doing this. Here's the honest truth about all 3 of these signs. None of them are glamorous. None of them show up on Instagram. Nobody posts a story about the fact that they paid off their credit card balance in full this month, or that they've been quietly maxing out their Roth IRA for 5 years. The financial behaviors that actually build long-term security are almost entirely invisible from the outside. And that invisibility is part of why so many people feel behind, because the boring right moves don't get posted, and the flashy wrong moves do. Financial progress is not a feeling. It's a set of specific, measurable behaviors. And if you checked even 2 of these 3 boxes today, you are genuinely, statistically, meaningfully ahead of most of the people you know, even if it doesn't feel that way. Now here's your action step. Not next month, not when things settle down. Today, open your banking app, look at your savings balance, look at whether you're carrying a credit card balance, and check whether you've set up any kind of recurring investment. Just observe. No judgment. Just get the honest picture, because you cannot improve what you refuse to measure, and you cannot appreciate what you refuse to acknowledge. If this video gave you a clearer picture of where you actually stand, share it with one person in your life who's walking around anxious about money without a real benchmark to stand on. They might need to hear this more than you did. And if you want to go deeper on any one of these 3 areas, saving strategy, destroying debt, or building an investing habit from scratch, I've got full videos on all 3. Go watch them. The information is free. The only thing between you and a genuinely different financial life is whether you actually use it. I'll see you in the next one.